Welcome to part 2 of getting my favorite American Girl dolls dressed for the holidays. Alright, if you missed part 1, be sure to go back and watch it because it's probably the best video you're going to ever see in the entirety of YouTube. Alright, we're going to start with Kirsten today because I feel like her outfit is probably going to be the most fiddly of all of them, and honestly, I'm really proud of this outfit too. I mean, obviously I gloated about it last year after buying it, after spending probably half my life savings to get it, but I'm really happy that I have it now and I finally get to use it for the first time in a year. So admittedly, I'm going to be a little lazy today and actually dress probably my second favorite Kirsten doll instead of my favorite, and that's only because I feel like this one has the appropriate ribbons to use with a St. Lucia outfit. Oh, I just said that wrong. People are going to come for me in the comments. Her St. Lucia outfit. So my favorite one is behind me, but she has navy ribbons and I feel like I will never live it down and I don't want to touch her hair. So we're going to do this girl today, who is still a gorgeous 1986 first edition Kirsten. Again, one of the most beautiful dolls in my collection. So I believe she's the one I put in this outfit last year. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing again this year. So funny story, because I moved over this last year, I didn't have time to basically dress half of my dolls after the winter season last year. So this doll was put in this outfit basically right after Christmas of last year and she never came out of it. So she's probably very excited for this very welcome change. Although I know I'm probably about to pay for it because I feel like this outfit is such a bitch to get off. Even though this is one of my absolute favorite outfits for Kirsten, these hand knit woolens I think are some of the most high quality, beautiful doll clothes ever made. So I wasn't too sad about leaving her in this for almost an entire year. Okay, that comes off way easier than it goes on. And again, this is another first edition outfit. I also have the 1988 version of her winter skirt and blouse, I think the set is called. Again, a really, really beautiful set despite having a very basic top, but I love how easy this is to take off. So again, because we're being lazy with Kirsten today, I'm gonna go ahead and leave these shoes on. I believe these are from her summer story from 1988. And again, truthfully, half of this outfit is still packed up. I can't find the original socks for this. I know I have them, they're just crammed in a closet with like 10 boxes of doll stuff. So we're just gonna leave the boots on because they're not gonna be visible in my display anyway because I stick her in the trunk like a jack in the box. And I'm also gonna leave her necklace on under her outfit too because, I mean, in the spirit of me complaining about dolls today, that is also another thing that's very difficult to take off and put on. So I think I can hide it under her dress. You can tell she is not having it today. So I need to put her on a doll stand because her wig isn't attached. So if halfway through the video her wig flies off, no, it didn't. All right, this is actually the made in China version of her St. Lucia outfit, but it's basically identical to the one that was made in West Germany. So this is the one I use because it's a little less valuable and I can keep my pristine one like brand new in the box. So this is just the one I use for display, but it's pretty much the same exact thing. All right, you know what? Screw it. Let's take her wig off. It'll be fun. Nice. Yeah, and again, in the spirit of making this easy on me, I swear this is probably what parents go through. I feel like the first child always gets like the really nice outfits with all the buckles and buttons and fasteners, and then by the time you're on your like third kid, they're just running around in a t-shirt and underwear because growing up in the country, I feel like half the time I was just wearing a t-shirt and underwear. So that's what it was like being a middle child. I love this outfit so much. Like, to me, this is one of the most iconic looks out of the original Pleasant Company catalog. I mean, who doesn't remember seeing Kirsten with that big wreath on her head and the candles coming out? It was like so big it like didn't even fit in the frame easily. It just, I mean, this to me is like one of the most iconic Pleasant Company looks of all time. So this is super wrinkly and I'm just gonna blame it on the move, even though I kind of low-key think this probably showed up wrinkly when I bought it and I just never steamed it. But this isn't the year for that, so whatever it looks like, we're just gonna put her on the shelf and we're gonna squint if it looks bad. Yeah, honestly, because this is such a simple dress and it's like plain white, so this would actually look a lot better if I went in with a steamer and took all of these wrinkles out. But again, she's going to be waist deep in her trunk and I just don't think we're going to be able to see it this year. So knowing that I have to kind of pack all this stuff up again before renovating this bedroom, I'm just going to go ahead and go the lazy route with her this year because I think the crown on top of her head is going to distract from the wrinkles. Maybe I should put it on my own head. So one of the cool things about this version of Kirsten's St. Lucia outfit is it's the version from 1987, and like the one from 1986, the ribbon isn't attached. attached. I mean, it's definitely more convenient to have one that's sewn on the back, but it's just nice to have those extra little details to remind you why you spent so much money on your Pleasant Company collection. You're like, yeah, it was totally worth 5 times the cost of the average one just to have the belt not be attached. But that's just what it's like living inside my brain. All right, somebody is yelling outside my window in a super thick Southern accent, and it's harshing my vibe. All right, so I think that actually looks pretty good, especially considering I didn't hit this with a steamer, so I'm happy with that. So I think it's time to go ahead and attach her wig again. All right, I know we're taking some creative liberties with styling this outfit today, so we might as well keep in that spirit. And like I said before, these aren't her original ribbons that came with this outfit. They're actually replicas from my shop. Again, I know this looks like it's just a complete PSA for why you should be buying ribbons from my shop, but I do think that these look really good with this outfit because, again, this outfit is a little bit on the simple side, so I think this does help jazz it up a little bit. At least that's what I'm telling myself, so I don't have to redo her ribbons. So let's go ahead and grab the most important piece to this outfit, which is her wreath. So this is the original 1986 first issue of the wreath, and there are a few key differences to this, which is why I ended up paying like $800 for this listing. So the main difference that you'll see here is there's a large, like wider piece of ribbon that wraps all the way around the perimeter of the wreath, and these long ends are actually meant to basically just wrap underneath her chin or possibly behind her head just to tie a bow to help this stay on. And another key difference about this is that the candles are actually quite a bit taller than the ones that they made even in like 1988. The candles have kind of changed a bit over the years, but these are the original version that are taller than all other versions, and they're made out of wood. So yeah, you're just meant to plop this right on top of her head like this. And I could just leave these dangling down behind her if I wanted it to look more like the catalog from 1986, but like I said, I paid a fortune for this crown a year ago, and I want to show off these big old ribbons on the front. So I'm gonna try and do this so you can see it, but a lot of people will just basically tie a bow under her chin like this. So I'm gonna do that really quick and see how we like it. All right, and that is so stunningly gorgeous. Every time I put this on Kirsten, I just get teleported back into the early 90s, well, possibly late 80s considering how old I am, but every time I look at this, I feel like I'm a child again. There's nothing that looks like this in the doll world. It never has and never will be. I just think this is a true icon of doll history. Honestly, at this point, I feel like it's not Christmas if Kirsten isn't dressed in this outfit. So I have to say, yeah, of the 3 that we've done so far, this is definitely my favorite, and it's probably going to be my favorite of all 5. All right, Molly, move on over. All right, we'll go in order of release. So next up, we will do Felicity. So let's go ahead and quickly get her out of this work dress. But really quickly, isn't my Felicity so stunning? She's a first edition from 1991, and I just think she's one of the most beautiful Felicity dolls I have ever seen. All right, another tip for redressing these dolls is actually twisting their head around if they have a ponytail, and it just kind of gets their hair out of the way if you need to do anything with Velcro on it. All right, and like Samantha's dress, this is also made out of taffeta, which I guess is really great for children playing with it. I feel like it doesn't stain as much, and it basically take it out in the rain, I feel like. But again, this is another iconic look from the Pleasant Company catalogs. I just remember, again, flipping through the catalog and seeing Felicity with that gorgeous red hair and this bright, bright blue Christmas outfit on. Again, I wanted every single thing in that catalog, let's be real. And again, this is just one of those things that I just dreamt about having for Christmas all those years, and wouldn't you know it, I finally have it. So I feel like I'm a complete fashion idiot, and I feel like it's never more apparent than when I'm trying to dress Felicity, because I am always putting things on backwards and upside down. I'm like, I don't know which way this is supposed to go around, so y'all don't come for me in the comments if I do this wrong. So we're gonna start with a skirt. Hi. I swear this is on backwards. Although her head's on backwards. This is like an empty Escher doll. All right, I'm gonna turn this around. I think this is on backwards. Whatever. So next I'm gonna put on her necklace, and I feel like this is one of the most fiddly things to put on a doll. Their jewelry in the early days was already really fiddly, but this has this like little screw thing on here that you probably can't even see because I'm so far away. But I remember doing this last year and thinking like, I'm never gonna do this again. So here I am doing this again. If I put this on backwards and have to do it again, I swear to God. I must say, having a table this year has made this so much easier. I don't know if y'all like this format. I really like being able to have things on display for you, but I feel like I'm so far away and it's harder to show things off. So let me know in the comments if you like the way the channel is looking, because I've been spending so much time and money trying to make it look better. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. I'd love to hear them. All right, we'll have to show that off when I spin her head back around. All right, next is to put this coat thing on, but I keep getting, I'm like, which arm does this go on? I'm so confused because her head's on backwards. Y'all, I just realized I don't have her pinner cap that goes on top of this. It's packed away somewhere. I know I have it. I just have no idea where it is. So we're gonna have to use our imaginations today. So let's go ahead and twist her head back around. I think it's time. All right, it's time to pick out a stomacher. All right, which one of these do y'all want to do? I always kind of lean towards this one because I feel like the bright fuchsia on this is a little bit jarring for this outfit. Again, I'm sure it's historically accurate, but I kind of like the monochromatic look of just having this really pretty lace and just so it's like white and blue. What do you think? You know what? It's a year of chaos. I think I'm gonna go with the fuchsia this year. Hopefully it'll make up for the fact that I don't have a pinner hat. You know what? I'm like halfway away from just pinning this to her head and calling it a day. Honestly, I don't feel like that looks too bad, but I'm gonna get red for filth in the comments if I do that. So here is Felicity in her 1991 original Christmas outfit, minus her pinner cap. All right, let me find a stand for Felicity and we will grab Addy and we'll put her in one of my favorite Christmas outfits of all time. All right, and even though it pains me to take her out of this gorgeous, hard to find, highly sought after Cape Island dress, it's time. I absolutely love her Christmas outfit. Again, I just really love plaid and the red and green is so Christmassy. So let me go ahead and get her out of this and we will put on her Christmas outfit. And again, I use my bobby pin trick to attach this to her hair. So it's a lot easier to put in and take out. And again, I have to be so careful with this dress because this is a first edition Addy and they have larger arms as well as larger bodies. So this outfit was actually made during the American Girl Mattel era. So it's a little bit smaller. And so because it fits so snugly, you have to be really careful not to rip it when you're taking it off. And I did not get a good deal on this outfit, so if I tear it, I will not be happy. So as a general rule, I like to keep the dolls in their hairstyle that they originally shipped in. So basically like what you would call their meat hairstyle. But for me, Addy's a little bit different because I really love her hair. I love how full it is and I just really love the texture. So as a general rule, I tend to keep Addy's hair down with just sort of like a partial ponytail up top. I don't even think that's historically accurate. I don't know, but it's just kind of how I like her because I really love seeing like the fullness of her hair. And that's what we're gonna do today. I'm not gonna bother braiding her hair and putting it back in like a bow and everything. So we're gonna probably leave her hair mostly down today. All right, no rips. So this outfit I actually got brand new in the original bag when I bought a first edition Addy that was new in the box a couple years ago. I ended up selling that Addy because I like this one a lot better. I mean, not that you would know because I have her head twisted halfway around and her hair looks like a wreck, but I ended up keeping this dress because it was perfectly pristine. Again, it has the packaging from 1993, which is really cool. So this also has the original bow tied in the sash, and I was able to successfully get this dress on her last year without having to untie the bow. So we're gonna try it again this year and hopefully I'm successful. But again, isn't this outfit so pretty? I mean, this is to me the most Christmassy outfit of all of them, which is why it's one of my favorites. Oh, and it even has the original hair ribbon that came with it. And again, we're probably not gonna use that this year, even though I do sell replicas of it in my shop. I actually have a question for y'all. This has been something I've thought about a lot with this channel, and that's, do y'all like background music when you're watching videos? As a general rule, when I'm watching videos, I don't like to hear like multiple sounds at once. I prefer to hear just somebody talking, but every once in a while when I'm doing a video like this where I just need to concentrate, even though I want to show you what I'm doing, there's like nothing that I'm talking about. So I feel like it might be nice to have a little bit of music in the background, but at the same time, I also kind of hate it when people talk over music. So I'm curious, like if you want to vote in the comments, let me know if you would prefer background music or if you'd rather just a few seconds of silence. I know that's like a super specific question to ask, but I've been wondering this for an entire year. All right, so we managed to get the dress on without untying the bow, so I feel really great about that. So really all that's left to do is spin her head back around and style her hair, because this is one of the least finicky Christmas outfits of all of them. And again, it's just so freaking beautiful. All right, let me quickly tidy up her hair. And I always feel like I have to have a PSA about Addy's hair every time I work with it on camera. I think there's this huge misconception out there that her hair is really difficult to care for, and it's not. I actually think it's a lot easier to care for than like these two dolls, for instance, because its texture actually really helps it hold its style, and you don't have to like overly brush it or do anything. I just feel like the main thing is like trying to be sure that it stays as tangle free as possible. And if you need to get tangles out of it, I mean, you can really just do it with your fingers. Like, I don't ever use brushes on Addy's hair. I always feel like that's the reason why so many of the early Addies suffer from baldness, because I believe they were just overbrushed by the child that owned them originally. But I really would not take one of those wire doll brushes and brush her hair with it. I just think it pulls too much hair out, especially if it's got tangles in it. All I do is basically just take my fingers and just kind of separate all the strands pretty much one by one. Now, I spent a lot of time on this Addy's hair because it was very, very tangled when I got her, but it's really restored beautifully. I mean, you wouldn't know right now because I've messed it up, but it really does restore beautifully. And the texture really allows you not to have to worry about having to steam it or curl it or anything. I do think it's super easy to rehab Addy's hair if you just take a little bit of care with it. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to do her hair for Christmas. We might go all the way down because I've kind of had it in a partial pony for the last couple of years. But honestly, that looks so cute, right? But it just doesn't look formal enough with this dress, right? I feel like we have to have some sort of hairstyle with her. And I think I'm just going to go back to the partial pony because I just think it really frames her face nicely, but also allows me to appreciate how beautiful her hair is. So yeah, I'm just going to pin it back with 2 bobby pins, and I think that will be good enough for my display. Why is there a gaggle of geese flying over my house right now? Aren't they supposed to be further south by now? Oh my God, is that not so adorable? All right, and as a bonus, you're gonna get one more Christmas outfit for the season, and that's the Holiday Bibs outfit from the original American Girl of Today line. This outfit was given to me by a friend of mine for my birthday, and I've had this Molly doll in it ever since. I just absolutely love this set. To me, it looks so much like a part of the original Pleasant Company collection. I mean, if you take Molly's original Christmas outfit and put it side by side, I mean, they really do look like they're trying to match. So I kind of feel like I'm just gonna add this into my Molly collection since I'm still working on growing my American Girl of Today. So because I have this outfit on an original 1986 Molly, I feel like she's allowed to hang out with this crowd, so we'll go ahead and keep her as part of the crew. And that's gonna do it for this year's holiday special. Don't forget to check out my Patreon, where I have a video podcast series called Doll Diaries. I spend an hour each week talking about American Girl news, rumors, gossip, and drama in the doll community. It goes a really long way to help support my channel so that I can continue making doll videos. You can find it at patreon.com/idreamofjohnny. If you enjoyed today's video, I would love it if you would hit the like button because it really helps my video out. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I would love it if you would hit that button and join me on my doll collecting adventures. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at idreamofjohnny, and you can shop in my newly relaunched online shop at idreamofjohnny.com. That's all for today, but if you want to keep hanging out, I have a lot more videos on my channel that I would love for you to check out. And until I see you again, I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Bye!